So the stream's actually up now, right?
And we're live now. So this is a debate between Iapitus and Katsu. Do you guys want to tell your rules?
We're doing battle taking place between Risotto Nero and Yoshikage Kira with the stands Metallica and Killer Queen in a location Dio's Mansion with no intel.
And just to clarify, Kira is basically with his base stand, no stray cat.
First and second bombs.
No basically only his first two bombs. Yeah, no air bubbles, nothing like that. Because at that point, intel would be lethal.
So just to add on something,
actually,
just to add on real quick, this is for the first round of the preliminaries. I forgot to mention, but the whole weight thing was supposed to count as the fucking semifinals, and then I also beat Dio as well, but that's supposed to count for the preliminaries. So I have a weird position. I have to go ahead. I think I have to do second round preliminaries still. So I'm in a weird position, but I got some of my debates done. Nobody can call me out. We'll see who goes ahead and gets to the second round preliminaries of these two. So good luck, gentlemen.
Any of you can start.
All right, great. All right, Katsu, do you want to go first? Katsu's muted. Should I just go or?
Yeah, fuck him up.
Okay, Katsu, I hope you're listening, because otherwise that's going to be rather unfortunate. All right, so Nero's abilities, basically, or Risotto or whatever. His stand is Metallica. I'm explaining this because, Katsu, you've read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure more. I'm explaining this more for people on stream. His stand is Metallica. He has the ability to control iron in the environment, iron and metals in general. Through this, he can actually even manipulate the iron out of people's blood, which means that basically once he steps within the few meters of range, he instantly just he can pull needles out of your face, he can spawn scissors in your throat and cut your jugular, he can make you cough up razor blades, stuff like that. He can also just straight up pull off limbs and stuff. He can also reattach his own limbs by manipulating his blood, and can become invisible by a reflection. He can basically project the background onto himself and become invisible that way. In addition, he has some other applications for this as well. But Nero is a trained assassin. He is very intelligent. He's been doing it since he's 16, and is very skilled with his stand. So he will almost instantly go for the kill. He may
Sorry, I had to go back to my door.
Oh, that's fine. Did you hear what I was saying?
I only heard up to what you just said about instantly going for the kill. That was my bad. Thought I said it loudly that I had.
Do you want me to restart or?
Yeah, just.
I was basically going over his abilities.
Yeah, give me the spark.
Because basically he controls metal. I was going over some of the applications. Have you read part 5?
Yeah, I read it.
So his abilities, he can project the background on himself. He can pull. He can form metal objects in other people's bloodstreams, and cause damage that way. Basically, cause internal damage. Yeah, stuff like that. He can also spawn metal and stuff from the environment, pull it out. And one of the more dangerous is removing the metal from your bloodstream. Basically, he allows you to not be able to absorb oxygen, and because stands run willpower and they as well. He basically he quickly incapacitates and then kills. He has some other applications which will go up as counters to you, because I don't want to just pour all my cards on the table at first, even though you have some ideas, but I have some arguments with them. Basically, how this will work is as soon as because basically they know that they're in this place to kill. He's very good at. He can just walk up, and once Kira's in range, he can just pull needles out of his face, start depriving him of oxygen, then spawn a pair of scissors in his throat, and cut his windpipe. And that's how the thing will go before Kira can even get in range to touch him. That is my current argument. Go ahead.
All right. And that's assuming that him as an assassin is picked up on his scent, so to speak, first. Talking about him as the character, not as a stand user, since he is an assassin. Right?
Yeah, I was speaking as both because he's because yeah. Do you want to go or because I forgot the part of my opening argument? You can just go if you want to. I'll just take that L on my part.
You can finish. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were
Okay.
finished.
Oh, don't apologize. That's fine. He's also very, as we know, stand fights often come because I assume there's no intel on.
Mhm.
Other than like standard battle assumptions, he knows that he's there. They both know that they're going in for the kill, or the incapacitation or whatever. But basically speaking, because stand fights are usually about figuring out the other's ability and then going in for the kill. As soon as he may hang back a bit, but he will also like immediately start like pulling needles out of their face, make them stop. Even because actually, don't forget in his fight with Doppio and Diavolo, he literally before I think Doppio he was there or like first saw him, he immediately made him cough up razors, like immediately.
Mhm.
So he'll start his attack soon, even if he won't necessarily go in for the kill. But as soon as he realizes that Kira, well, actually there are two options here. Either Kira goes in to either Kira tries to like throw a bomb at him, at which point he realizes, okay, get out of range, get away from this. Or B, Kira tries to go in for the touch, and then he will realize it is a contact-based ability, and slit his throat and slit his windpipe before he can get in range to touch.
I believe we both
And
agree that Kira rushing in like that will automatically result in a loss for him just due to how Metallica
yeah,
works. Basically, just get
yeah.
one shot from that point. Though I do
All right,
propose
so
that him being. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you. I keep thinking you're
no.
finished.
Go ahead. I was saying go ahead. I was saying go ahead.
I propose that I believe that Kira would be a lot more careful than that since he did spend, what was it, the best of 15, 20 years being a serial killer never caught even before he had a stand. I believe he'd be a lot more cautious than just walking around and letting himself get caught. I believe he'd most likely, even since he noticed people following him from the pretty much the beginning of the series, knew that people were on his tail, that he'd probably try to lull Nero into a false sense of security as much as he can for an assassin, and then try to start going in by throwing objects he might find as bombs. Whether or not it'll work, can't really say, considering that Nero can probably just nullify with his magnets, push him away. But I don't think that he'd lose that easily, is my point. Though I think it'd be very hard for him to get a win, just due to how extremely strong Metallica is as a stand, especially defensively. I believe that probably one of the few courses of action you could take that result in a win is probably letting Nero get in close enough not to use his stand, and then try to maybe pull a quick sheer heart attack kind of thing to catch him off guard, though we haven't really seen him deploy it itself and how quickly he can get it going. But I think that might be his best chance to win, is to throw him off using sheer heart attack at a closer mid-range kind of thing. If any of that made sense. Sorry, I'm kind of ranting.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, that made perfect sense. I also want to say one thing. Not to critique your debating, but you should probably argue with more confidence that Kira will win, as opposed to just saying, "Yeah, Nero probably wins this, but here's why Kira will." You should probably. I'm not gonna tell you how to debate,
Don't even
but here's a recommendation. Just like I recommend you actually step up and claim that Kira would win more confidently. Sorry about that. But basically, all right. So as we're going, I'm
Damn.
gonna say this. Okay. All right. So let's go down. As you said, the throwing the bombs in probably won't work. Nero's not or Risotto Nero, whatever you want to call him. He's not the type to go in and touch it. He will push them away with magnetism if they are metallic. If not, he'll probably. And I believe at one point he actually responded to King Crimson, so he's very, very fast. And don't forget, Nero does not have a stand body, so this is just his own stats. He responded to King Crimson of his own ability, not just summoning a stand. So he can move away from it, from the bombs instead if it is in metal. But yeah, once he realizes okay, don't touch this stuff, he'll do that. But here's the thing: if Kira goes in for a quick sheer heart attack, don't forget Nero has Metallica also has the power of stand puppetry. So if he tries that, Kira's going to get sheer heart attack thrown back in his face. And if you forgot that this happened, he controlled at the very end of their fight. He actually put his stand inside Aerosmith and controlled it to attack Diavolo. At which point he basically almost beat Diavolo, but Diavolo erased time. You get the idea. So, yeah, you get the idea. Basically, yeah, if he tries sheer heart attack, that's going to be a quick turn it right around back at him. Especially since sheer heart attack, and I'll say this: sheer heart attack may be automatic. This is probably we're going to go for this, but it does. But a sheer heart attack usually ignores Kira when it's doing that, because if you remember, he literally walked right along sheer heart attack as he was approaching Koichi for that vice script type thing. Yeah, you probably so it basically ignores Kira, but basically he can make it that it can either ignore him or just make it go back for Kira. And now Nero, as I recall, he actually people and Nero, and he wouldn't normally do this, but if he realized that okay, sheer heart attack is going for the hottest thing in the room or the most whatever, he can. Don't forget that Diavolo, after having his stuff removed, he can actually lower the he lowered his stuff, and then in Aerosmith that can track breathing, and breathing has to do with body heat or whatever. Basically, those life signs were going down. He actually his body heat, his breath was becoming less detectable, so Aerosmith could not pick him up. And as a last ditch effort, he could pull that out of him. He could pull iron out of his own body to produce a dagger or something and make him less receptible. But that's more of a thing. But basically, all he has to do is he sees a stand coming towards him. He just sprinkles some of his. Oh, by the way, I should clarify this. Metallica is a colony type stand. He just sprinkles some of his colony type stands on the sheer heart attack and turns that bitch right around. Yeah, so that's currently. Did I miss any of your points so far, or have I gotten them all?
No, you addressed pretty much anything that was important.
All right, great. Go ahead now.
I don't know, it's tough. I knew this would be kind of an uphill battle to begin with. I just wish I had more information on Kira. I was hoping. Is there any way that he could? I'm not. This isn't really call it headcanon, but as another tactic I was thinking of while you were talking was perhaps if while he's being tailed by Nero, as you said he probably would be before, could he set traps with the bombs on the wall? I think he might be able to, turn the walls and the floor into bombs, make it cave out beneath him. Rocks, whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm really tired.
Can I throw this out, actually? That's not headcanon. Kira did do that to Shigechi. Just so you know, I am probably doing literally what I just told you not to. But yeah, he did do that in character. That's not headcanon. That's not. Maybe you think this is headcanon, but yeah, he did that though. Just letting you know. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm just throwing you a bone here.
Like I said, I'm just really tired. I've been up since 8.
That's fine.
And it's 11 here. I've been working all day.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm tired too. My medications keep me awake at this point, so just shh, don't tell me.
But honestly can't think of too much to say at this point. I just believe that those are probably my two best arguments I could think of, and
okay. I
think maybe you should try counter the bomb thing that I mentioned. Go ahead and do that.
The randomly and watching it explode and having it explode.
The traps. Yeah.
Yeah, the traps.
Sorry.
First off, it's basically let me remind. All right, so here's the thing. Nero is incredibly intelligent at figuring out other stand abilities, which first off, I want to say that as a foundation for a stand fight, that's basically what most stand fights come down to. Even a better stand can be defeated if they figure out the other person's ability first. for example, like a Jolene and Weather Report versus well, actually, for one example, Jolene versus Lang Wrangler versus Weather Report. Each person, because they figured the other ability out first, they basically and I can give you many other examples, like Jotaro when he just had his strength, was able to defeat I would say people far better, far stronger abilities before he had his time stop. Of course, I'm speaking.
Yes, I understand.
He figured it out first, yeah. And based basically, Nero is incredible at this. He literally, in his fight with Doppio, Diavolo, whatever, you got the idea. Out Doppio's precog after like the first or second use. He literally figured it out, and he literally like had Doppio like literally just grab one of the daggers out of his throat, and he's like, "You can see into the future," and then just figured it out almost instantly. With Kira, it's basically going to take one or two explosions where he's like, you can make things explode, and maybe the second one, he'll be like, and it's completely destroyed, it's atomized. So basically at that point, he's not going to touch anything. He's going to incredibly avoid the traps. Also, note this, from the fight with Shigechi, if something explodes by one of Kira's explosions, then it just maims, it does not atomize. Take when Harvest held the coin. Shigechi was maimed, he was not atomized unless he touched the doorknob specifically. And even if he maims Nero, Nero can literally reattach his limbs and do stuff like, yeah.
I was counting on the incapacitation and just giving Kira a chance to get up close and finish him off, considering the injuries are great.
Well, yeah.
This is Dio's mansions we're talking about. It has like basically caverns.
yeah, that's true. A lot of stealth opportunities. But at that point, he would have to also find Nero, and Nero has his
I was saying the situation assumes that Nero already caught Kira's scent and Kira noticed.
Exactly. But if he gets maimed, Nero's just immediately gonna like go invisible or background project as soon as that happens. So he will definitely have enough time to reattach himself if that happens. And by the way, simply because he is maimed or loses something, don't forget that even after his leg was cut off, Nero could still turn it invisible.
He was completely conscious, yes.
Yeah, basically, that's what I mean. So basically, the only chance that Kira has to win here, unless he just goes boo out from behind a door and just pokes him, that is his only chance, which is basically incredibly unlikely because
Nero is a career assassin. Yes, that's why I didn't even bother mentioning it.
Yeah, and the other one would be, literally just making some major trap, which is, if he even got it in there, because that's not Kira's first go-to. His first thing is to try the bomb, and at that point, you probably shouldn't concede that point, since but whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. As we saw from his fight with Shigechi, his fight with Josuke, stuff like that, his first go-to is to try to throw a bomb at him or going for the touch, and that following that, as we saw from his fight with Koichi and Jotaro, then go for sheer heart attack and stuff like that. So those are his. And so in character, he would not start out with a trap, which would basically be his only real chance to win. That's not a just straight up coin flip. That is almost more likely to go for Nero in those chances. And I think that's everything you said for the points, and we should.
That's everything I've said and wanted to bring up.
All right, great. I think we're done here, unless anyone has anything else to say.
I'd say odds are probably just because I don't know. I didn't really expect it to go that well because I know Metallic is really strong. Call me say that I'm not debating well, but I just like wearing my opinions on my sleeve. I'd say it probably.
Oh no, that's fine.
9-1 Nero's favor, if that.
Yeah. Right. That's fair. I was low-key kind of surprised when you did this, but all right, go ahead.
Are you guys okay with me and Bucky judging. Is that fine with you guys, or?
Go for
Oh
it.
yeah,
I mean,
go ahead. I usually prefer a third judge, but yeah, if y'all are the ones.
I'm usually a third judge too.
Fuck. Bucky, are you there?
Yeah, I just came back.
All right, Bucky, who do you think won?
I don't know. I was like going for like half of it.
All right, I guess. All right.
Some JoJo shit. You think I'm gonna give a fuck?
All right.
I didn't even like
What?
fiction that much, and I was here for it,
Well,
nigga.
fuck, bro. I want
I don't really like
Alright,
it
whatever.
either, but I did
In
it.
essence, Katsu, you participated, is what I'll say, but you like you didn't just lose rhetorically, because I think of like any necessarily like natural skill. But I think the worst thing was literally you kept like essentially conceding to every fucking other 2 points. So
He's saying you lost, Katsu.
yes, this is what I'm saying. You lost not even really because of any other reason that I can think of, other than like I think you literally went in with the impression of yourself losing. You
Yeah, pretty much.
you gave up like
I'm
every
gonna say
time
that
possible,
too.
dude.
He's supposed to be confident.
Yeah, because
How can I
Katsu,
be
since the
confident
debate's
in
over,
freaking Metallica, that shit's strong.
one major point that you missed that I didn't bring up is that
Don't tell him how to debate, nigga.
actually, well, no. This is just purely JoJo's Bizarre Adventure lore. Nero's colony stand literally forms in the other person's body. One point that you completely missed was that if Kira touched one of the things that he formed, because he could have won.
He admitted he lost. Or are you still
right
conceding him, nigga?
Oh my god.
No.
You literally
Katsu.
just denied his concession. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
I just
God.
want to. Well, no, just letting you know, Katsu. You're a fine debater, dude. But don't like put it like this. I remember I was in this debate with this guy.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
I shouldn't go in with the impression that I lost. I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just confidence
Also,
is a really big thing. So
Yeah. Also,
Like I said
yeah.
earlier, I wear my opinion on my sleeve, and I had the opinion that Metallica is a way better stand than Killer Queen in this
You
situation.
Probably shouldn't have accepted them because I literally said, dude. Because here's the thing: I walked into this with the impression that I was going to win high difficulty, but I didn't wear it on my sleeve. I thought I just pretended to be confident, but I literally thought Kira could have just his neck and one shot Nero. So, but I didn't express that. That's the thing. You got to yes, be honest, but don't literally walk in with the expectation that you're going to lose.
Okay, bro.
Because also, I gave you the opportunity in chat to do a different stand. I literally, because that was but whatever.
I don't know. I just wanted a debate with Kira.
You're a dumbass.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. All right, next stream.
Good.
Thanks for watching.